Today is Wednesday, April 29th. We're going to continue on LS2-2. We're going to focus on commensalism today. Right? So look at the whale shark and the Remora fish. Can you tell what's happening? In this relationship, one of the organisms is benefiting and the other one, not so much. It's not getting hurt, it's not getting help, but it doesn't mind so much. And so in this relationship, the Remora shark are benefiting. They're getting a safe place to stay. They get to feed on the scraps from the whale shark. But the whale shark isn't actually getting much in return. It's not getting hurt, but it's not getting much in return. And so this is an example of commensalism, when one of them is benefiting, but the other one doesn't mind so much. And so commensalism is a type of symbiosis. Remember, symbiosis are the three types of ways in which organisms can live together. There's mutualism, parasitism, and commensalism. And keep in mind, there's going to be three types of uncles. Yeah. So for commensalism, this is kind of like the uncle that you don't seem to notice they're around. They're kind of quiet. They kind of mind their own business. They don't help out around the house, but they also don't hurt anything. They don't eat your barbecue or whatever. Yeah. So commensalism is when one of them benefits and the other is unaffected. A really classic example of commensalism are barnacles. Barnacles are small animals that like to stick to larger creatures. They do it for a couple reasons. One of them is protection. When you're attached to a larger creature, things will not attack you. It also can move around. So barnacles like to eat plankton. So when the whale is swimming, the plankton just flows through the water into the barnacle. The whale, on the other hand, doesn't mind so much. The barnacle doesn't hurt the whale too much, and it doesn't help the whale too much either. Now, this is an example of commensalism because one of them benefits and the other one doesn't mind so much. I guess if the barnacles overgrow too much on the whale might get irritated and it might breach, where it would jump out of the water and try to knock some of the barnacles off. But it's not that harm the whale too much. Here's another interesting example I came up with. This is called a pseudo scorpion. It's not a real scorpion. You'll notice it doesn't have the pincher. And the pseudo scorpion is kind of a tick, so it likes to drink blood. However, it has a problem. Notice it doesn't have wings or anything. So how does it get from one organism to another? It can't jump, it can't fly. So it actually calls an Uber. And so what it does is it waits for a fly to come around, and it hangs onto the fly, and a fly flies to another organism and it drops off. So it's like taking an Uber. So once again, one of them is benefiting. The pseudo-scorpion gets transportation, and one of them is not really affected. The fly is like, that's okay. And here's the Remora fish and the shark again. So once again, it's an example of commensalism when one benefits and the other doesn't mind so much. And so the Remora shark gets protection and food while the whale shark gets nothing. I'm going to finish off with a video of the Remora fish, and I'll see you tomorrow.
No offense to the sea, but seriously, this image is getting darn near cliche. If fish hitches a ride on a shark or a whale, yeah, we got it. The fish is called a remora, but it's no cliche. It's actually far more fascinating than it lets on. If you guessed that the remora attaches to other creatures with suction, you'd be right. What you might not know is that the fish isn't suctioning with its mouth. The remora's suction cup is on the top of its noggin. Check it out. Nice hat, brah. That hat is its highly modified dorsal fin, the same fin you'd see a shark sticking out of the water. When the remora is born, the fin is on its back, where it's supposed to be, but migrates forward as the fish develops. As an adult, by attaching to larger fish and even marine mammals like dugongs, the remora not only gets a free ride to save energy, but also a free meal. If it's stuck to a carnivore like a shark, after an attack, it'll gobble up the clouds of flesh. With its less aggro hosts, it probably intercepts parasites that fall off their skin, things like tiny crustaceans called copepods. The thing is, models show remoras can slow down their hosts significantly. That and they can end up rubbing their hosts raw. So while fish and rays don't seem to mind the remoras, these suckers might in fact be parasitic. Like, come on guys. Ever heard of a personal bubble?